Are you tired of hearing sweet words that turn out to be empty promises? What if I told you that some of the most endearing phrases could actually be subtle forms of manipulation? It's time to uncover the truth. In today's video, we will delve into the hidden agendas behind some of the most common declarations people make. You'll learn to spot these traps and safeguard your emotional well-being. Ready to transform the way you view relationships and interactions? Stay tuned. This video will open your eyes to the realities of emotional manipulation and how to defend yourself against it. Prepare to be enlightened. Number 1, I only trust you. I only trust you. This phrase can seem like the highest proof of loyalty and intimacy. However, it can also be a form of manipulation. When a woman says she only trusts you, it might appear she is forming a special bond, but it's important to observe her context and behavior. At first, this statement might make you feel unique and needed. Who wouldn't want to be someone's safe haven? But if she avoids sharing important information with others and turns to you only in times of need, it could be a sign she is using this trust to isolate you. Consider the situations in which this phrase is used. Does it usually come up in moments of crisis or when she needs something from you? If every time she says she trusts you, it is to ask for favors, financial help, or constant emotional support, it indicates manipulation. She is creating emotional dependency, making you feel indispensable without reciprocity. True trust is shared and mutual. If she truly trusted you, this trust would be part of a larger support network, involving friends and family as well. Exclusive trust can be a form of control, limiting your interactions with others and making you feel guilty for not always being available. Additionally, observe her reactions when you are not available. If she reacts disproportionately, accusing you of not caring or being unreliable, it reinforces the manipulation. She is using trust as a tool to ensure you always remain within her reach. True trust comes with reciprocity and is shown through consistent actions, not just words. If she really trusted you, she would also be there for you in times of need without expecting anything in return. Therefore, be aware of this sweet lie and don't be fooled by superficial declarations of trust. Have you ever felt like the only confidant for someone? How did it affect your relationship? Comment. Number 2, no one understands me like you do. No one understands me like you do. This phrase is captivating and makes you feel special, as if you have a unique connection with her. But is it a sincere compliment or a manipulation tactic? When she says that no one understands her like you do, it initially boosts your ego, making you feel irreplaceable. But if this phrase is used repeatedly, especially when she wants something, it's time to pay attention. This sweet lie can be a subtle form of emotional manipulation. Imagine she had a tough day and comes to you to vent, saying only you understand her. You feel important, but what if this happens every time she needs something? If she uses this phrase to get your attention and help but doesn't do the same for you, it's a clear sign of imbalance. Also, observe if she shares her problems with others or only with you. If you are the only confidant, it might be a way to isolate you and ensure you are always available for her. She creates an illusion of exclusivity that is actually a form of control. Another point to consider is timing. Does she say no one understands her like you do only when she is asking for something? Maybe she wants you to do her a favor, buy something, or be emotionally available when she needs it. If this happens, she is likely using this phrase to manipulate your emotions and ensure you do what she wants. Think also about your own needs. When you need someone to understand you, is she there for you? If this reciprocity doesn't exist, it's a sign that she might be using your goodwill for her benefit. True understanding in a relationship comes from both sides, not just one. And what happens when you are not available or say no? If she reacts poorly, saying you don't care or don't understand her anymore, that's an indication of manipulation. She is using this phrase as a weapon to ensure you feel guilty and return to being the unconditional support she desires. Therefore, the next time you hear "no one understands me like you do," reflect on the context and frequency of this phrase. True understanding is based on reciprocity in actions, not just words. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie, and make sure your relationship is balanced and fair. Have you ever been told that you are the only one who understands someone? Did it make you feel special or pressured? Comment. Number 3, you are an amazing lover. You are an amazing lover who doesn't like to hear that. For many, it's one of the most gratifying statements, boosting ego and confidence. But is she being sincere or just using this phrase to manipulate you? Let's delve into this sweet lie and understand its nuances. When a woman says you are an amazing lover, it's natural to feel flattered and secure. However, if this statement is used repeatedly and always precedes a request or a need from her, it's important to stay alert. The compliment could be a form of manipulation to get what she wants. Imagine that after a night together, she praises you effusively, saying she has never been with someone as good as you. You feel on top of the world. But shortly after, she asks for a favor or suggests you help her financially. The compliment then starts to seem less genuine and more like a means to an end. This manipulation technique works because it targets the male ego. Many men are susceptible to compliments related to sexual performance because it touches a point of pride and personal validation. By inflating your ego, she creates a sense of emotional debt, making you feel obligated to repay in some way. Additionally, pay attention to the consistency of these compliments. If she always praises you this way after intimate moments but doesn't show the same level of appreciation in other areas of the relationship, it is a sign that the compliments might be strategic. True admiration is consistent and shows in various forms, not just in intimacy. Another point to consider is how she reacts when you are not in a position to meet her requests. If you refuse or cannot help, does she continue to praise you the same way, or does her attitude change? If the compliments cease or turn into criticisms when you cannot meet her demands, that is a red flag. Think also about your own needs and the reciprocity in the relationship. If she only praises you to get something in return, but is not willing to make sacrifices or put in the same effort for you, that is a clear sign of imbalance. True partnership is based on reciprocity and mutual support, not emotional manipulation. If you notice that these compliments are often followed by requests or expectations, it is time to reassess her sincerity. Genuine compliments do not come with ulterior motives and are given without expecting anything in return. Therefore, the next time you hear you are an amazing lover, observe the context and subsequent actions. True appreciation is demonstrated through consistency and reciprocity, not just empty words. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie, and ensure your relationship is balanced and genuine. Do you think compliments about your skills as a lover are always sincere, or could they have hidden intentions? Comment. Number 4, I love you. I love you. These words carry immense weight and are the pinnacle of intimacy and commitment in a relationship. But is she sincere when she says this, or is there something more behind it? Let's explore this sweet lie and understand how it can be used for manipulation. When a woman says I love you, it can make your heart race and create a strong emotional bond. However, if she uses this phrase at strategic moments, especially when she needs something or wants to gain your sympathy, it's important to pay attention. True love is demonstrated through consistent actions, not just words. Imagine you are in a relationship where every time you question something or set a boundary, she responds with I love you. Initially, this may seem like a reaffirmation of commitment, but if this expression of love is used to deflect discussions or avoid responsibilities, it's a sign of manipulation. Also, observe the context in which these words are said. If she says I love you after a heated argument, or when you are about to make an important decision, it might be an attempt to influence your emotions and decisions. She could be using the weight of these words to make you feel guilty or emotionally tied to her, even if the situation calls for a more critical analysis. Moreover, consider the frequency and reciprocity of these declarations. If you are always the first to say I love you, and she responds automatically or only when convenient, it might be that she is using these words to keep you emotionally invested without truly sharing the same feelings. Another crucial point is how she acts when she is not saying "I love you." Do her actions reflect true and constant love? Does she make an effort to support you and be present in your life in meaningful ways? Or are the declarations of love empty and not accompanied by gestures of affection and consideration? Also, pay attention to changes in her behavior when you don't meet her expectations. If, when you fail to fulfill a request, she uses "I love you" as a form of emotional manipulation, it's a big warning sign. She might be trying to ensure that you feel obligated to reciprocate, confusing love with obligation. Remember, true love is a two-way street. It manifests both in words and actions, and there must be a healthy balance. If she truly loves you, her actions will consistently reflect that without ulterior motives. Therefore, the next time you hear "I love you," observe the context and frequency. True love is based on reciprocity, consistency, and genuine actions, not just strategic words. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie, and ensure that your relationship is founded on true and mutual love. How do you feel when someone says "I love you"? Do you think it can sometimes be a form of manipulation? Comment. Number 5. You are my hero. You are my hero. Who wouldn't want to hear this? This phrase deeply touches the heart, making you feel strong, reliable, and indispensable. But is she sincere, or is she using it to manipulate you? Let's examine this sweet lie and understand how it can be used for emotional manipulation. When a woman says "you are my hero," she is elevating you, making you feel extraordinary. However, if this phrase frequently appears at strategic moments, such as when she needs something or is trying to avoid a discussion, it can be a subtle form of control. She is taking advantage of your desire to be a protector and problem solver to get what she wants. Imagine she faces a difficult situation and comes to you, saying that only you can save her. This statement can make you feel needed and powerful. But if this situation repeats and she always turns to you with the same praise, especially when she needs favors, financial help, or constant emotional support, it's a clear sign of manipulation. Pay attention to the context in which this phrase is said. If "you are my hero" always precedes a request or a demand, it's likely she is using this tactic to secure your help. For example, she may ask you to solve problems she should handle herself or make personal sacrifices for her. The compliment works as an emotional trigger, making you feel obligated to help. Additionally, observe if she shows genuine gratitude when you fulfill her requests. If she quickly forgets your heroic actions once she gets what she wants and only returns to praising you when she needs something again, this is a red flag. True gratitude is constant and doesn't depend on continuous favors. Another point to consider is how she reacts when you can't or don't want to be her hero. If she becomes cold, distant, or even manipulative, saying you disappointed her, it indicates that her praise isn't genuine. She is using your need to be seen as a hero to control your actions and emotions. Think also about reciprocity. A healthy relationship involves both partners being heroes to each other at different times. If she is never willing to reciprocate and be the hero when you need it, this is a sign of imbalance and manipulation. Finally, consider the impact of this phrase on your emotional well-being. If you are constantly striving to be her hero, neglecting your own needs and desires, it's a sign that this manipulation is negatively affecting your life. True love and support involve recognizing and respecting both partners' needs. Therefore, the next time you hear "you are my hero," reflect on the context and frequency. True admiration is demonstrated through consistent actions and reciprocity, not just strategic words. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie and ensure that your relationship is balanced and healthy. Have you ever been called someone's hero? Did it put pressure on you to live up to that image? Comment. Number 6. I would do anything for you. I would do anything for you. This is a powerful phrase that can make anyone feel valued and loved. But is she sincere, or is it just a tactic to manipulate you? Let's explore this sweet lie and see how it can be used to get what she wants. When a woman says, "I would do anything for you," she is creating an image of devotion and sacrifice. This can make you feel special, like you are the most important person in her life. However, if this phrase is used frequently, especially before or after a request, it's a red flag. Imagine she tells you this after you have done something significant for her, like solving a problem or helping her financially. You feel good about having helped, and then she says she would do anything for you. But when you really need something, she is not available or does not follow through on her promises. This behavior pattern suggests that her words are not genuine. This statement can be a strategy to keep you emotionally committed and willing to make sacrifices. If she truly would do anything for you, her actions should match her words. But if you notice that reciprocity is lacking, it's a sign that she is using this phrase to manipulate you. Additionally, pay attention to the context in which this phrase is said. If she uses it as a response to a favor she is about to ask, this is a red flag. For example, she might say, "I would do anything for you," and then immediately ask for financial help, a big favor, or a personal sacrifice. The phrase acts as emotional bait to ensure you feel obligated to meet the request. Another crucial point is to observe if she really fulfills what she promises. When she says she would do anything for you but is never there when you need or never makes similar sacrifices, her words are empty. True love and devotion are demonstrated through consistent actions, not just words. And how does she react when you ask for something in return? If she dodges, changes the subject, or makes excuses, this indicates that her promise is a manipulation tactic. She is using this phrase to create an illusion of commitment and dedication without really making an effort to reciprocate. Think also about how this phrase impacts your willingness. You might feel pressured to do more and more for her, believing that she would do the same for you. This can lead to an imbalance in the relationship, where you are constantly giving more than you receive. Therefore, the next time you hear "I would do anything for you," observe the context, frequency, and subsequent actions. True devotion is demonstrated through concrete actions and reciprocity. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie, and ensure that your relationship is based on genuine and mutual commitment. Have you ever received a promise that someone would do anything for you? Was that promise fulfilled? Comment. Number 7, I need you. I need you. These words can warm anyone's heart, making you feel indispensable and essential in her life. But is this need genuine, or is it just a form of manipulation? Let's explore this sweet lie and understand how it can be used to control you. When a woman says, "I need you," she is creating a strong emotional bond. You feel necessary, like the foundation that keeps her life in order. However, if this phrase is said repeatedly, especially at strategic moments, it might be a tactic to ensure you always stay within her reach. Imagine that every time she faces a problem, big or small, she turns to you, saying she needs you to solve the situation. At first, you feel valued and willing to help. But over time, you realize these situations are frequent, and she rarely solves problems on her own or seeks other sources of support. This tactic creates emotional dependency, where you feel responsible for her well-being. If she always claims she needs you in moments of crisis, or when asking for something, it's a sign she might be using this need as a form of manipulation. She is taking advantage of your desire to be helpful and indispensable to ensure you are always available. Observe also the reciprocity of this need. When you need support, is she present in the same way? If the answer is no, that's a clear indication that her need may not be genuine. True need in a relationship is mutual and balanced, where both partners support each other equally. Additionally, pay attention to her behavior when you are unavailable. If she reacts disproportionately, accusing you of not caring or being unreliable, this reinforces the manipulation. She is using this need to control your actions and ensure you always stay within her reach. Think also about the consequences of this emotional dependency. If you are constantly sacrificing to meet her needs, neglecting your own needs and desires, it's a sign this manipulation is negatively affecting your life. True love and support should be balanced and not a one-way street. And how does she act when you try to set boundaries? If she tries to break those boundaries by claiming she needs you, that's a red flag. Healthy boundaries are essential in any relationship and should be respected by both sides. Therefore, the next time you hear "I need you," reflect on the context, frequency, and reciprocity. True need is based on mutual and genuine support, not emotional manipulation. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie and ensure your relationship is balanced and healthy. How do you react when someone says they need you? Does it make you feel valued or overwhelmed? Comment. Number 8, you are so good to me. You are so good to me. Who wouldn't like to hear that? This phrase sounds like a genuine compliment, highlighting how much your actions and behavior are appreciated. But is she sincere, or is she just using this phrase to manipulate you? Let's explore this sweet lie and understand how it can be used to get what she wants. When a woman says "you are so good to me," it can make you feel appreciated and important. It's a recognition of your efforts and dedication. However, if this phrase frequently appears at strategic moments, especially before or after a request, it can be a subtle form of manipulation. Imagine that, after you do something significant for her, like helping in a crisis or solving a problem, she tells you how good you are to her. You feel rewarded for your actions and inclined to continue helping. But if shortly after, she makes a request, like asking for money or a big favor, the compliment starts to seem less genuine and more like a setup to get what she wants. This manipulation tactic works because it directly targets your desire to be useful and appreciated. She uses the compliment to inflate your ego and ensure you feel good about your actions, creating an emotional debt. You start to believe you must continue being good to her because she values it. Moreover, pay attention to the consistency of the compliments. If she only praises you when she needs something but rarely expresses gratitude on other occasions, it's a sign she is using this phrase to manipulate you. Genuine compliments are consistent and come without ulterior motives. Observe also how she reacts when you cannot or do not want to meet her requests. If she quickly changes her attitude, becoming cold or accusing you of not being as good as she thought, this reinforces the manipulation. She is using the phrase "you are so good to me" as a tool to control your actions and ensure you feel guilty when you don't meet her expectations. Think also about reciprocity in the relationship. If you are constantly being good to her but she rarely does the same for you, it's a sign of imbalance. A healthy relationship is based on giving and receiving in a balanced way, not on emotional manipulation. And how does she act when you try to set boundaries? If she tries to break those boundaries by praising you only to get what she wants, that's a red flag. Healthy boundaries are essential in any relationship and should be respected by both sides. Therefore, the next time you hear "you are so good to me," reflect on the context, frequency, and reciprocity. True appreciation is demonstrated through consistent actions and compliments without manipulation. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie and ensure your relationship is balanced and genuine. How do you feel when someone frequently says you are good to her? Does it seem genuine or manipulative? Comment. Number 9, I don't know what I would do without you. I don't know what I would do without you. This phrase seems to be one of the greatest expressions of dependence and need that someone can hear. It makes you feel indispensable, as if your presence is the only thing keeping her life in order. But is this dependence genuine, or is it just a tactic to manipulate you? Let's explore this sweet lie and understand how it can be used to control your actions and emotions. When a woman says "I don't know what I would do without you," she is reinforcing the idea that you are vital to her well-being. Initially, this can make you feel valued and needed. However, if this phrase is used frequently, especially at strategic moments, it may be a form of manipulation to ensure you remain always available to her. Imagine that, after solving a problem or providing emotional support, she expresses this deep gratitude. You feel like a hero, someone who is indispensable in her life. But if she then makes a big request or expects you to make a sacrifice, the compliment starts to seem less genuine. She is creating an emotional dependency where you feel obligated to keep helping, regardless of your own needs. This phrase is powerful because it touches on your need to be important and necessary. She uses it to ensure you feel guilty if you can't help or if you need to set boundaries. You start to believe that your absence would have a significant negative impact on her life, and this can make you comply with requests you would normally refuse. Pay attention also to the reciprocity. If she truly didn't know what she would do without you, there should be a consistent effort to reciprocate and support you in the same way. However, if she is rarely available for you or doesn't make similar sacrifices, it's a clear sign of manipulation. True emotional dependence is mutual and balanced, not one-sided. Additionally, observe how she reacts when you are unavailable, or say no if she reacts with desperation, accusing you of not caring or being unreliable. This reinforces the manipulation. She is using this phrase to control your actions and ensure you feel responsible for her well-being, even if it means neglecting your own needs. Think also about the consequences of yielding to this manipulation. If you are constantly sacrificing your own needs and desires to meet hers, it is a sign that this relationship is negatively affecting your life. A healthy relationship should allow both partners to grow and support each other mutually, without emotional manipulation. And how does she act when you try to set boundaries? If she uses the phrase "don't know what I would do without you" to break those boundaries and ensure you keep yielding, this is a red flag. Healthy boundaries are essential for any relationship and should be respected. Therefore, the next time you hear "I don't know what I would do without you," reflect on the context, frequency, and reciprocity. True emotional dependence is based on mutual and genuine support, not emotional manipulation. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie and ensure that your relationship is balanced and healthy. Have you ever been told, "I don't know what I would do without you"? Does it make you feel important or like you're being used? Comment. Number 10, you make me so happy. You make me so happy. Who wouldn't want to hear this? It's an affirmation that deeply touches the heart, making you feel like you are the source of joy and contentment in her life. But is this happiness genuine, or is it just a way to manipulate you? Let's explore this sweet lie and understand how it can be used to influence your actions and emotions. When a woman says "you make me so happy," she is highlighting the positive impact you have on her life. Initially, this can make you feel special and valued. However, if this phrase is used repeatedly, especially at opportune moments, it may be a tactic to ensure you keep striving to maintain that happiness. Imagine that, after you do something significant for her, like solving a problem or providing emotional support, she tells you how much you make her happy. You feel rewarded for your actions and motivated to continue doing the same. But if shortly after, she makes a request or expects you to make a sacrifice, the compliment starts to seem less genuine and more like a setup to get what she wants. This phrase works because it directly targets your desire to be a source of happiness for someone. She uses it to inflate your ego and ensure you feel good about your actions, creating an emotional debt. You start to believe you must keep doing things to make her happy, regardless of your own needs. Additionally, pay attention to the consistency of the compliments. If she only praises you when she needs something but rarely expresses gratitude at other times, it's a sign she is using this phrase to manipulate you. Genuine compliments are consistent and come without ulterior motives. Observe also how she reacts when you cannot or do not want to meet her requests. If she quickly changes her attitude, becoming cold or accusing you of not caring, this reinforces the manipulation. She is using the phrase "you make me so happy" as a tool to control your actions and ensure you feel guilty when you don't meet her expectations. Think also about the reciprocity in the relationship. If you are constantly striving to make her happy, but she rarely does the same for you, it's a sign of imbalance. A healthy relationship is based on giving and receiving in a balanced way, not on emotional manipulation. And how does she act when you try to set boundaries? If she tries to break those boundaries by praising you just to get what she wants, it's a red flag. Healthy boundaries are essential in any relationship and should be respected by both sides. Another important point is to observe if her happiness seems to depend exclusively on your actions. If she constantly attributes her happiness to you, this can create unsustainable pressure and an emotionally dependent dynamic. True happiness should be cultivated internally and not rely completely on another person. Therefore, the next time you hear "you make me so happy," reflect on the context, frequency, and reciprocity. True happiness is demonstrated through consistent actions and reciprocity, without manipulation. Don't be fooled by this sweet lie and ensure that your relationship is balanced and genuine. How do you feel being someone's source of happiness? Does it create pressure to keep that person always happy? Comment. Recognizing emotional manipulation tactics is the first step in protecting your emotional well-being. Now that you know how to identify these sweet lies, stay alert to the signs and maintain balanced and healthy relationships. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos, where we will continue exploring strategies to improve your relationships and emotional well-being.